My name is Ashley Bottoms. I've done many photo shoots in the modeling industry. I have done numerous fashion shows. I have also done some work in independent film. I've had a very full array of acting and modeling experience. I express my femininity every day, yes. Usually by the way I present myself, as you can see. My nails are usually always painted. But even in my mannerisms and just the way I behave overall, there is a little bit of a feminine quality to it. I firmly believe that we are who we are in our minds and our hearts and our souls. So when I go out, I try to be the best I can. I always put on a positive outlook, a smile. I'm not angry. I try to be very welcoming. I don't look down when people look directly at me, because looking down is a sign of weakness. I make direct eye contact. I'll smile. If someone says hi to me, I'll say hi back. It's all about how you present yourself and your confidence in yourself. If you're very confident in who you are, most people will pick up on that and they'll go with it. I've walked into rooms or even public locations like clubs, restaurants, and if you're projecting a very positive and confident image in being who you are, people will actually respect that and treat you as such. I always feel that in anything I do, I always try to look my best and be my best at everything I do. I believe if someone is going to photograph me or is relying on my acting abilities, that I'm required to give my best because they're giving me a chance to show my best. I may ask them to be very explicit, very specific on what they want from me, what they want me to wear, what they want me to present or represent, and then I will get back to them and let them know what my limitations are and what I can and cannot do, or what I will and will not do. I try to, well, during a shoot, I usually try to make sure my makeup looks good. I always, of course, make sure everything's adjusted right. And I also will ask the photographer if there's any suggestions. If it doesn't matter if the photographer is a man or a woman. A woman will tend to know the poses that make me look more feminine. A man will basically tell me what poses he likes to see in a woman that will actually get his attention. You're nodding, so I know it's true. It just go from there. It's also trust. You have to trust the photographer is going to take what they perceive as your best qualities, and you have to kind of put your trust in them, and they put their trust in you that you're going to give them your best, and they're going to give you their best, and hopefully through that trust and collaboration, you get a really positive result, which I know I usually do. I mean, not every photo's a winner, but there are some really good shots, and there are a lot of keepers in a lot of the photo shoots that I do. I actually upload the photos usually on Facebook and Model Mayhem. Model Mayhem because a lot of photographers and casting directors are out there, and where I try to take classy type shots. I actually want to show them that I can do the work. As far as sites like Facebook, I upload them basically so that my friends can see them. If I can do it, well, you can do it. And so people that I show on Facebook are usually a lot of family, a lot of friends, and they see it, and it actually kind of floors them that, first of all, I would actually have the chutzpah to go after that. And then they say, you know what, good for you for doing it, and I really think you could pull off, but you pulled it off. And when there's, for instance, a pinup shoot, there's a lot of leg shots, crossing your legs. There might be some where I'm lifting my legs up over, doing a pose where I'm crossing one leg and one leg is up. A wedding shoot, of course, you can get a little sexy, but you don't want to get too sexy. If you're doing a gothic or an alternative type shoot, pretty much anything goes. But I won't do anything that's really sexually suggestive. I usually don't try to sit with my legs open, or I mean, I've sexy poses, but there's a fine line between what's sexy and what's kind of not sexy, kind of borderline dirty or disrespectful. And I try to maintain good taste and good judgment when I'm on a shoot. You know, like I said, I do put some trust in the photographer. And if it's a communication and a trust, usually they understand and respect your limits, and they will actually tell me if something doesn't look right. So, modeling as a male is a different scenario. The poses are totally different. The wardrobe is obviously different. And I would suggest to any model, whether you're female or male, to actually just try it from the other side. You learn a lot. I learned a lot modeling as a male, and I've learned quite a lot modeling as a female. I mean, there are a lot of women that go, it's hard work, and I agree. So it can be very exhausting, and it can be stressful at times too. Modeling is not easy. It's not easy by a long shot. Modeling actually is a great way to get over being a little timid about yourself. With modeling, it actually allows you to try different techniques to show parts of your body you normally wouldn't show. I usually don't do a lot of, I've done some lingerie and some bikini modeling. I don't do a lot of it, but it has taught me that there are certain techniques to actually hide certain things or show off certain parts of your body that will actually draw attention away from some parts of your body. And by doing that, you can actually, you know, do modeling with bikinis and lingerie. So where I would look at a lingerie shoot and go, I don't know if I want to shoot in lingerie, I can actually feel more confident in it. And actually, we actually shot some of the lingerie shots in the other building where there were actually people walking in and out of the building. So, I mean, and I was actually very comfortable. I was actually more worried about the crowd being embarrassed than I was being embarrassed. It's actually helped boost my confidence, which helps boost how I feel about myself, which in turn boosts my confidence when I go outside and how other people perceive me. Being on this campus, and I explained to you 2 weeks ago, I was at Harvard on their campus, and it's intimidating because of the size. First of all, it's even though some people might say Brandeis is a small campus, it's still a college. It's a university. Excuse me. It's a big place. I haven't been here. I haven't walked foot on this campus in a long time, and so it can be very intimidating. Of course, you get nervous because you don't know anybody. But for me personally, I put that in the back of my mind. I focus on what I'm doing. I know I had to meet you. I know where you were going to be at, and I just focused on that. Actually, it was funny because when I walked in here, I got in between 2 different tours. So I was pretty much squeezed between 2 tours of at least, I'd say, 50 people per tour. And it was, I mean, if I was trying to hide, I was doing a very bad job at it. But I actually don't let places intimidate me, especially places like college campuses, malls, stores, supermarkets. But on most campuses and places of business, they're usually very tolerant of different lifestyles. So it's a little intimidating at first, but I usually warm up to it right away. I'm not shy about talking to people, or if someone comes up and approaches me and says something to me, I'm usually very open about who I am or what I'm here for. And usually if I'm on the campus for a specific reason, nobody really has a problem with me anyway.